Hello, Carla here again, Middlesex Community College, criminal justice major, and I'm gonna tell you about my speech today. Um, my speech is called "Can I Make a Difference?" and it goes, when I was 13 years old, I thought about how I could make a difference in my community, in my government, and the world. But these ideas were wiped away when my family told me that it was not possible for someone as young as me to make a change. Even so, when I came from the Dominican Republic to Lowell 3 years ago, I had a dream that I wanted to help immigrants like me to do more for their communities and the government. But when I came to America, I didn't know that I wouldn't have a voice because I was an immigrant, because I couldn't speak English, and because adults always seemed to discourage me. Last year, when I was a senior at Lowell High School, we had the opportunity to create real change when we worked with Generation Citizen in our history class. Through this program, I realized that being an immigrant didn't have to stop me from having a voice, that I too could make a change in my community, that a 411 ALL student who once had trouble understanding her teachers in class, and even now can barely tell you this, could advocate for policy changes at her school and make it a better place for her peers. My class chose to take up the issue of Islamophobia and to raise awareness about how our Muslim peers are bullied in schools across the country. Just last year, I presented with my class at Lowell High. I remember how nervous I was about public speaking because as an ELL student, you worry about things like that. But after seeing the change we created at school, hoping to create a safer space for Muslim students at Lowell High School, I wanted to see what more I could do. I have fallen in love with all of the people I work with and met as part of my work with Generation Citizen. I love the energy, their enthusiasm, and how they empower young people like me to go out there and advocate for what needs to be done. I'm honored to help others on a national level, serving as part of Generation Citizen's National Student Leadership Board last year, but also at a local level, serving as a Generation Citizen Democracy Coach at Lowell High School. I'm not a junior in college, and this semester I decided to return to my high school to become a democracy coach. I wanted to teach with my former teacher, Ms. Jessica Leonard, working to help other young immigrants find their voices, showing them that they too can act in their communities. Looking at how my students tackle real serious problems like teen hunger, homelessness, and gun violence. Every day in class, I see how Generation Citizen changes their thinking about how much they can do for their communities and how they could change the lives of others. I teach every week. I don't get paid, but I don't do it for money. I do it because I'm inspired by what students accomplish in the Generation Citizen classes. I'm inspired by how much they work to make their project happen, and I'm inspired by all the time and effort they put into it. What is important to me is that my students learn about how to practice civics, hoping to be a role model for activism has no price for me. This experience has given me tools that I would use for the rest of my life. I have learned that I can create change and that I can help others to do the same as well. I believe that when you feel encouraged to do something and you see how those changes that you make change others' lives in a positive way, you realize you have the responsibility to show others that they can experience this too. Serving as a Generation Citizen Democracy Coach at Lowell High School has empowered me to feel proud of the fact that I am an immigrant. Someone who inspires me to be a change maker is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. In his speech, How Can I Serve?, he says. Everybody can be great because everybody can serve. You don't have to make your subject and your verb agree to serve. Dr. King teaches me that it doesn't matter that my English isn't perfect. My actions are what matter and what people in power will hear. That is the message I hope to show others. It doesn't matter where you come from, what language you speak, what gender you are, what religion you believe in, or what skin color you have. You still can do something for your community. Even though you might not get to see the changes, do it anyways, because it makes a difference. There's always something you can do. Today, I see students work on projects like immigration, gun violence, transportation. I hope that all the students that I've seen in other rooms, in other colleges, in other public schools, and private schools will not let the important work they do or work on for a semester stop them there. We have to keep going. We can keep going because we're all change makers. Thank you.